This is another episode of Straight on the Freaking Block, only on 92.6 WKBP The Spot. I'm your host, Dapper Don DePlano. I feel good on a rainy day. It's good to have some of the co-hosts back. Holla at them on the way in.
You already know who it is, B. I ain't never going nowhere. Asher Martin, a.k.a. Mr. Martin. We in the building, baby. Let's get it.
Yeah, your boy Haitian Ferg in the building. Happy to be back. Been gone too long. Let's go.
Welcome back,
Yes,
Brody.
yes.
Yes,
Welcome
sir.
back.
Yes, sir. Thank
We
you.
got him live, ladies and gentlemen. He is live. When you see the head turn, he is watching the Knick game. So if you if you see any emotion out of nowhere, you know where it's come from. Okay, so don't be surprised if Fur grows a fro right on this show. Okay,
It happened.
his whole beard is gonna turn gray. He's gonna grow an afro. That's what the Knicks do. They stress you out. Okay, you age fast. Oh man. So let's start with what we need to start with. Let's start with what we need to start with. Caitlin Clark. This woman is a freaking animal, a beast, as we would say in the streets. We just had a show talking about the young lady. She put up 41, 12, and 7 with 2 steals and a block. And only had 17 at the half. So yeah. Unfortunately, Angel Reese with her 17 points and 20 rebounds, 3 blocks, 2 steals, and 4 assists. They couldn't do nothing with her. She twisted her ankle, and I think it was a slowdown ever since then. LSU could not get it together after she got hurt. And it became a struggle. Second half, Iowa came out. I would like to say, Cece came out, guns blazing. She just had to get out. She came out with the, how you say it, Kay? She came out with the scat. Ha!
With the, yeah.
Ha! She didn't, no hesitation. She like, okay, I see what I got to do. I'm putting this in my hands.
If y'all gonna give me the same
defense
in the second half that y'all gave me in the first half, it's over for y'all.
Yeah.
Van Lift is still laid out on the floor with the bullets in her.
Van Lift did not have a chance. So as I have posted on our page, with LSU gone and Juju out being bounced, we're gonna stick to CC, but let's stick to CC for a minute. Let me not get off track. This girl is just amazing. And as we left off on the live show, we talked about her possibly having an early exit and going to the Big Three. Kay said she could win it all, still go to the Big Three. After last night, unfortunately, we don't have one of our co-hosts here with us today, who was adamantly against her possibly joining the Big Three. And after yesterday's performance, right, I was hoping he was watching, because the point in which my co-host, the Ganja Man, made is all she got to do is whoop, 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 scat.
If you a man, woman, or child, if you got the scat, it's a problem.
Listen, she could do it. She could do it. If she's in the Big Three doing that, bro, she can do it. Now, a lot of people been talking about it. Draymond Green said it doesn't make sense for her to do it. Jason Williams said she should ask for more money and stake in the Big Three. I've heard all types of wild takes, all types of takes in this, right? But at the end of the day, it's clear that she could play with the best of them if she really wanted to. Her game is built like that. I don't know if she's gonna do it. I think the only team that stands in her way now, I do believe they will be. I do believe they will beat UConn, who beat USC and Juju Smith. SC will be playing NC State. That should be a good one. But I think it's going to come down to Iowa and South Carolina, and I think that will be the national title game. Um, but I want to thank women's college basketball for having such great talent that made everybody tune in. There was more people tuned in than I'm sure they expected. And it was exciting to see all of them on the big stage this yesterday. Juju, Caitlin, Angel Reese. Um, damn, why I always forget this woman's name from UConn. Jesus Christ.
Paige Beckers. Paige Beckers.
Beckers, yeah. Paige Beckers.
Paige
And Paige
Beckers.
Beckers. Beckers, thank you. It was good to see all of them on the big stage on the same night and see what college basketball has had in store for us and maybe even in the future.
I must say this. It
With that
seemed like the
being said,
NBA. Wait,
go
wait,
ahead.
wait. It seems like the NBA helped them out though, because they picked the absolute worst games to come to be played last night in the NBA. Where if you ain't have tickets to be in the stadium, you ain't want to watch them on TV anyway. It's like the best basketball games coming on television was WNBA because the NBA games were trash. But I'm just saying it was good games. I see what you know what I mean.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah, I didn't pay attention. I'm as a sports fan, I was paying attention to baseball, women's college basketball, and the NBA. I was all over the place. So I can't speak to whether the games was trash or not. You know what I mean? And if a frequent player and fan do, I also pay attention to everything. So but
Yeah, the match.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Maybe the matchups was trash, but um. Yeah, afterwards, Caitlin Clark said that she didn't really have revenge on her mind, that she was just focused on this game. I think second half she knew it was on her shoulders. Um, however, Angel Reese after the game, after filing out and LSU's losing, she broke down at the podium. And when she broke down at the podium, she spoke of some of the troubles she's dealt with since um, winning the national championship, and some of the backlash and negativity she's received. I want to get both of you guys' thoughts on what transpired, what she said, how she felt, and what was her reaction also from her teammates. What's your guys' thoughts on it?
I'll let you go first. You've been going for a minute. We're missing you, Ferg.
um, I appreciate that, man. Look, I feel for Angel. Um, she is human, as she said, and I do believe that the last time she was happy was when she won. I believe all that. I appreciate the team backing her up, all that. The problem here is in the real world, when you dish it, you have to be able to accept it on the comeback. When things were great, you out here, all that. Hey, it's lovely when you're winning. When you're not winning, you also have to accept that defeat and you do it with class. Now, I'm not saying she did anything that wasn't classy, but what happens is when you win with class, people don't necessarily feel the need to, you know, celebrate your defeat as much. You know what I mean? Because you didn't have to do none of that stuff last time when y'all won, and you still would have gotten credit for winning the chip. You still would have gotten credit for beating Caitlin and all that. And I think that she might have opened the door for people to not like her. Now, I love Angel, okay? But when you are on the podium crying, you're giving the ops an opportunity to say why they didn't like you. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, she had a human moment. She's a kid. You know what I mean? It happens. And look, Caitlin Clark was definitely out for blood, as she should have been too. Okay, you got embarrassed last year. She should have been out for blood. All right, you know their coach was saying the same thing. This is the team that whooped y'all last time. Show me what y'all got, because LSU was dominating that game before Angel got hurt. So, and part of that too, I want to blame the coach. Coach should have made an adjustment. You got to take Van Lith off of Caitlin Clark. I mean, you hung her out to dry. Do something else.
Well,
Boxing
she
one.
subbed her a couple of times. She subbed her a couple of times, but my problem is she should have just went to Flojo. She should have went to Flojo.
Yes. Like, I'm not, listen, I work for an auto insurance company. I'm not a coach, and I know that wasn't it. That wasn't it. But, I feel for Angel, but you know what? This is a learning experience. It's going to make her better. And if there's one other thing I want to say is I hope the WNBA can learn a few things from how the NCAA marketed these young women. I mean, you got people tuning in to the women's league more than they were the men. Now, a lot of that has to do with the continuity of the teams, because the men are 1 year they're on this team, next year they're on this team with the transfer portal. So I think that you got to give the NCAA credit for how they marketed the girls. But with Angel will be bigger and better. It's a learning experience for her. And this is, when you lose, you got to take your lumps. It is what it is. But I'm proud of what she did. And, I'm cool with her. It's just take your L.
All right, Kay, talk to me.
I absolutely love Angel Reese. She's a fine specimen. She's a beautiful motherfucking human being. She's a young woman, so I can't tell you exactly. She's beautiful. I love the Fashion Nova. I love all the outfits. I love the swimsuits. And the fact that she wears them and she looks so nice in them and she makes so much money from them is why I have a problem with her complaining about being sexualized. You wouldn't be sexualized if you wasn't wearing bathing suits and two pieces and having a modeling career, which you want to do because you're the new age of women and you want to show young black women how to stand and, be beautiful and still play basketball. Cool. You know what I'm saying? The butchers and the females who don't wear eyelashes on the court and don't have long nails on the court and don't wear makeup on the court, like they don't have modeling joints. They don't have to worry about being sexualized because they're not out there with the contracts and being a model. Like, and they maybe they don't look as good as you do too. Because I'm not hating, because I love it and I want you to have a long modeling career. I don't want you to stop, but you just got to understand that when you put your body out there, you're going to have some people who's going to love your body like myself, and you're going to have some haters who's going to talk shit about your body, and you're going to have some people who's going to like the co-host just said. Once you villainize Caitlin Clark, America and white America's golden child right now, their savior for everything, once you made her an enemy of you, then you adopted a whole lot of more enemies and haters in your camp who's gonna not like anything you fucking do. So if you like Ferg said, if you're gonna dish it, you gotta be able to take it. If you're gonna put your hand in Caitlin Clark's face last year and you win the chip, no, you got a whole lot of haters. You got a lot of motherfuckers who love you, and because of your swimsuits and because of the modeling, you got a whole lot of people who don't have nothing to do with college women's sports following because of you. All right, you've brought a lot of men to the sport because of your modeling. What you do on the court is nice too, but how great you look in a two-piece has a lot to do with it as well. Because in America, sex sells. That's been happening before you was born, before your mama was born. Sex was selling in America, and it's going to continue to sell. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So you losing and crying, cool. That's human. That's human. If you lost and you put everything in it and it just wasn't good enough and you visualize yourself winning, you got a moment, man, woman, or child, I never have a problem with somebody crying after a huge loss. But don't say you sexualized or you've been sexualized and you've been mentally abused because of fuck all that. You won the chip and you made that bag because of your fucking modeling career. take everything that comes with it and shut the fuck up about that. I don't want to hear about that shit no more.
Well, I ain't gonna be that harsh, but I will say.
You try to clean it up?
I'm just saying, he was sounding so, he came in all smooth and did it, and then shut the fuck up. Don't want to hear
And then-
about it. He ended with the gavel, you know what I'm saying? So it was like, all right, let me make sure I come in nice and, listen. Listen, the bottom line is,
I don't want to hear bitching from nobody or bitch asses from nobody, man, woman, or child. If you're gonna do it, accept the fucking consequences of your actions. Period. Fuck off.
But, D, you know what else? Are you gonna give the NIL money back? Of course not.
That's what I'm saying. You ain't gonna get a
You
break
ain't
back.
giving the NIL money back, right?
I think
So?
I think it's a little more deep rooted than that. And obviously, let's just make sure we set this record straight. She's a child, right? We'll get back to her
Yes.
being a child, right? And
Yes,
as
absolutely.
a child, this is definitely going to be a learning experience that with all the popularity, all the fame, all the money, there comes a certain level of negativity and attention that she may not want. And with that being said, with all the speculation that we had early in the season with why she was missing some of the games or why she stepped away from the team, right? It could have been something she was dealing with mentally by getting all this. She said she was getting death threats, right? Definitely there's going to be some negative stuff, and as a child, that's going to be difficult for you to deal with. So I could respect that. I could respect that there's going to be a tough. Once again, I just hope that this is going to be a learning experience that with all the fame, the fortune, and the positivity, there has to be a negative part of that aspect that you're going to have to be prepared to deal with and moving forward. So once again, I'm hoping this is a learning experience, um, especially with her highlighting her being sexualized. Once again, you can't model and put on certain clothing that's going to be revealing and provocative or whatever and sell it and then don't want people to look at you a certain way. I think that's why I said in this day and age, it comes down to something a little deeper, which is that people won't want all the pros, none of the cons. People want to be on social media. Our latest episode that I put up on TikTok, just to give you an aspect of this, somebody, had some negative things to say about the show, saying y'all fake ass podcast and this, that, and the third. And I was like, all right, thank you. I don't have an issue with the give me all the negativity. I know that wasn't the best work I put out, but that wasn't necessary. But if that's how you feel, go ahead. That don't hurt me. It just motivates me to do better with this show. And I hope that's that's the type of lesson she learns, that people gonna keep coming at her and it's just gonna be motivation for her to keep doing her thing. You know what I mean?
And also, I want to add on to it too. Because we want to touch on that she's a minor. In the NFL and the NBA, when the rookies come into the league, they have a whole team of people that help them deal with stuff like this, that help them deal with the negative feedback from social media, and help them manage their popularity and everything, manage their charities, manage everything. They have they have that covered when it comes to the rookies. So now with the NIL being in college, they don't really have that support system when they're, you know what I'm saying? Their colleges aren't ready for that right now. These NBA teams went through a whole lot of niggas fucking up before they got this part right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So give the NCAA and give these standout colleges that got the billions of dollars to do what they want to do with their, with their teams. They're gonna get there. But right now, all she had was a teammate. She didn't have no counselor in LSU to help her deal with the media outlash and the NIL. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, it's true because when you think about it, right? This is uncharted waters. College athletes are not used to this type of attention, this type of scrutiny, and good or bad, it still brings more money into the NCAA. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy that no matter how much money she made this year, she's still underpaid?
Yeah.
Crazy, huh? So just imagine, what they're going to have to put into place now to make sure that they insulate these college kids. Because in the end, you throw somebody a bag like that at that age with no coaching on how to handle yourself professionally, You know, yeah, it's tough. It's tough, but I'm pretty sure the NCAA will figure it out. You know, but
Well, now the question is she gonna go pro? I guess we still have a day or so. She has 3 days. I believe she had 48 hours to declare. So we have a day actually to give her before she gets a chance to declare for the WNBA. We'll see if she goes pro, if she comes back to LSU for another year. Um, I think she could do some more refining to her game before she goes pro. Um, you know, as I've been keeping a close eye on her and her game, I think there's some stuff she could work on before she goes pro. Um, right now, Caitlin just seems the more like the most complete player I've seen in
The more
college
polished
ball.
player.
Yeah,
The
the
more
more
the more
polished
the
player.
more polished forward.
What
Like
I
she could
realized
give you
about Juju, Juju has no can't go right. I mean, she only
can't go
goes
left.
right. Excuse me, she can't go left to save her life. Um, so like I've noticed that I think you know Angel Reese could work on some of her moves and her jump shot, and I don't think she as a left hand player she doesn't really even have a left one laying it up like. She could be more refined in her game. So I don't even think coming back for one more year is a bad idea. She could come back and be a super beast next year.
let me ask you a question to follow up on that. Do you think there's a team in the WNBA that has the perimeter defense to stop a Caitlin Clark or at least slow her down?
No.
I, to answer your question, yes, I think all the teams in the WNBA do. Right.
Okay.
So let me just say this. The good thing about this, right, is that when you go pro, you're facing bigger, faster. These people are at the top of their
Hmm.
game. Right?
Hmm.
So she will face challenges, but her skill level, right? Her
Yeah.
skill level still puts her at an advantage, and she's still getting better and better. So, I don't think what I think is going to happen in the W. I think she's faster than most guards. There's some guards out there that I think could maybe keep up with her or
Hmm.
keep her in front of them, right? But I think once she gets back past somebody, it's a wrap. Like, and then that's the problem. It's like the Westbrook effect. Westbrook used to get by you mid range, get by you, boom. Difference is she could do that and scat the three, right? So
Right.
it's like,
That's the thing.
so
How do you guard her?
I don't
I
I
mean,
don't know. And if the Fever it has the number one pick. I believe they have the number one pick. If they take Caitlin Clark, you put Caitlin Clark with Aaliyah Boston. That's a problem,
Ooh.
bro.
that's
Ooh.
Indiana.
That's a
You said
problem.
Indiana, right? Yeah, they got the number one pick, and of course they taking her.
Yeah,
Of
you'd
So
be
course they taking her.
forgetting.
Caitlin Clark from deep and then Boston at the bottom.
wait. Hey, for me to answer your question first, no, there's no defense that's gonna guard her. Why? Because she has the Steph Curry effect. She's gonna make you guard her from further away, and she has handle. Was you not watching the game last night when they try to come up on her? She just hit him behind the back real quick.
Right,
Or,
right.
she's a
You
willing
can't press
passer.
her. You can't trap
Yeah,
her.
if you double team her, she's gonna give the ball up and keep on moving. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The coach is gonna draw a plays for her, coming off a pick down in the screen, and she's gonna get open for the scat. So it is what it is. Like when she could shoot from that far away and has handle. If you come up too close, she can hit you with it. If you try to double team or triple team her, she's gonna give the ball up. That 12 assists, like she's gonna give the ball up, and
That's
she's
the
putting
thing.
that ball up the fucking floor. You know what I'm saying?
41-12 last night. It's crazy.
So I don't. There's no defense for her. When you got the scat and you got handle and court vision, there ain't no stopping you, man, woman, or child. That's why the big three, WNBA, she's the problem.
Mm.
Well, with that being said, I wanna I'm sorry about that. I want to talk about this. I'm going to lead into this real quick.
Wait,
First, let's
wait,
make our pick. Sorry.
hold on,
Let's make our picks
wait.
for the final.
Hold on. So we're not going to talk about the other game. We're not going to talk about USC and UConn.
We could talk about it. I don't think there's nothing to talk about. I thought UConn was gonna win. It was nice to see Juju on the big stage, but as soon as that game started,
It was.
I seen where it was going. Once and as much as Juju's been getting a lot of attention, and I seen how they were playing her, she had a slow start, and then I seen the others, and the others weren't. It was UConn was just a better complete team,
And
and that's what I loved about watching Iowa is that I didn't realize her teammates do what they need to do. Like the Iowa's was hitting threes. The big men was finishing around the rim, so they were
Big
ready.
woman.
You could tell they played. They played together for a while, and they understood what their roles were. And then as soon as Caitlin felt like it was time, she just went in.
You
the
said
thing I want
something
to
that I want to make sure we put an emphasis on. That you can tell they've been playing together for a while. Now, when you look at the men's division and you notice that there's a drop off in the quality of the product on the men's side, it's because of that reason. They haven't been playing together. And Jay Wright said something on TV the other day, and he said, "The days of you putting together all the best freshmen coming out of the McDonald All Americans and going for the Final Four chip, those days are over. Now the college game now is about building programs again, and it's not these one and done teams. And what you mentioned is spot on. Iowa looked like a well-oiled machine that been playing together for a while. They knew how to back up Caitlin, and you're absolutely right. I just wanted to point that out.
I want to point out and make an emphasis that I think her name is Aaliyah Edwards. That's Paige Becker's teammate for UConn.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I forgot she was on the team. But once the game started, I remember like, oh, that's the girl with the braid, with the long braid to be busting ass. Like last season when Paige Beckers wasn't there, she was the one that was going to work and getting all the, you know what I'm saying? Because Paige
Mhm.
Beckers was hurt. So it's like, I don't get a chance to watch this much, but as soon as I started watching the game, I said, oh no, they got two players. They got Beckers and her. And USC only got one. They only got Juju. All right. But what I will say is if I'm any female and I'm coming into college and I got skills, I want to play with Juju. I want to go to USC and I want to play with Juju because I see Juju need help. Especially if I'm a big and I got some skills, I'm clearing where I thought I was going and I'm going to USC to give Juju some help. Because I feel like once she gets somebody else who can really score and really bust some ass, it's quiet. It's quiet. And she need to
That'd be
work on her
crazy.
because you were right, B.
That'd be crazy if Juju transferred to LSU. That would be crazy, right?
And then Angel Reese stays one more year.
That would be retarded.
That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy.
Right now.
But Fly J's there though. Fly J's there. She's dead nice.
Hey, I didn't say get rid of Flo. I ain't say get rid of Flo. I'm talking about stacking the deck, baby. That's all I'm talking about.
Super team.
I'm talking about the super team. Get Angel Reese and friends, right? With our powers combined.
Yeah. Captain Planet.
Exactly. So with that being said, fellas, real quick, who are y'all gonna take for this Final Four? Who are your picks for the Final Four? South Carolina versus NC State, Iowa versus Connecticut.
I see. I see. SC versus UConn. I went against Caitlin before. She proved me wrong. She's gonna have to prove me wrong again. But it's like I said before, when it comes down to UConn and when it comes down to SC, I go with the coaches. I go with Gino or Maroon. I can't even say his last name, but I go with Gino and I go with Dawn. Because no matter what they have, they find a way to make it there because they just so used to being there. And now that they have talented teams, and they have defensive-minded teams, and what it seemed like is like every time they needed a bucket. Paige should go get that bucket for them. And when she ain't want to, she just give it to Aaliyah. She go get that bucket for him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Gino is just too elite, and you're giving him too much talent. He's going to the chip, if you ask me. I mean, Caitlyn could go for 40 again, but I say UConn.
I'm matching your picks. Caitlyn actually has an axe to grind against Gino because he never recruited her, and that's where she
that's
wanted to
where
go.
she said she wanted to go.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So she's got an axe to grind against him, but the reason why I think that UConn beats Iowa is because Gino will let her go off. He's gonna shut down the help. He's gonna shut down the help, and it'll just be the Caitlin Clark show, and that's not gonna be enough. And I think that they have the defensive balance to let her go off for 40 and still win. They're built that way. Dawn Staley, come on, you already know. You already know that team will run through anything for her. I don't know if y'all saw the last game when she checked her player during the press conference. Yeah, that's how you know she keeps them grounded, and they're not going to take the moment's not going to be too big for them, but they're going to be ready. So I see Gino versus Dawn Staley, and I think Dawn Staley takes it for the chip.
Well, I'm going. I'm not going to go against Kate. CC's going to the chip. I think CC's going to the chip. So I ain't going against CC. All right, you heard it here first, CC. I ain't bet to catch you. I can't. I ain't gonna do it. So I got Caitlin Clark beating UConn, and then I got SC beating SC beating NC State to get to the national championship. So I came across this real quick, and I wanted to get you guys' opinion on it. Let me put my glasses on, make sure I'm picking the right thing. All right, so let's transition a little bit from college basketball, but not really, all the way to the NBA. Is this something you guys would want to see?
Yeah, I'm with that.
So they said for the next All-Star game, they want Caitlin to go against Clay and then Sabrina again to go against Steph. What do y'all think about that as a part 2 follow-up to this year's All-Star game? First of all, I think Caitlin gonna beat Clay.
Yeah, I mean, Clay is not the best 3-point shooter. He's not the second best 3-point shooter inside the fucking NBA right now.
Yeah,
he's not. How about Dame Lillard?
He's still Clay.
How about no, the fuck he's not. How about Dame Dollar, who just won back-to-back 3-point contest shootouts?
Yeah, that's true.
How about Dame? Why not Dame?
Because my thing is, if you want to give us your best, we got to put our best.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And Clay ain't been a 3-point shootout in years. Fuck out of here.
Right. I like the concept of it. I think it's more publicity for the women's game. You know, I'm with the concept, but I'm right. But I like what you said. It can't be Clay. Clay not there no more. Nah, yeah. It can't be Clay.
This is just Steph again riding for his man and trying to get his man. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is like, all right, let me get my homie involved. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is all Steph Curry. This ain't the NBA. This is Steph Curry controlling this shit and trying to get his man.
Controlling this shit.
Controlling it.
Even mentioning Clay inside this shit gives Clay confidence like I'm one of the best shooters in the league. No, the fuck you ain't. Only Steph believe that. Nigga. Only Steph and Draymond believe that. Nigga, fuck out of here.
You think Clay got a picture of Caitlin Clark in his locker? I'm coming for you.
Yeah.
Listen. That is a kept woman. She is taken. Leave Draymond alone. Don't start no rumors out here in these streets. I think it would be fun to have the Splash Brothers versus the Splash Sisters. We'll see.
You know, You know something else? How about if these are the same dunkers you're gonna give us? How about you give us some sort of a big three concept and take the dunk contest out next year and give us something that actually makes sense. Give us the three best girls versus the three best boys. Let's do a 3-on-3 instead of that stupid dunk contest they put up this year. I would
Yeah,
like
you know
that.
what? You know what used to be even more fun. I mean, we getting sidetracked for a second, but I have to touch on this. It used to even be fun when they used to pair um the women with the guys in the three
The
the three
legends.
ball thing. The legends,
Yeah,
right? They used to have like the
yeah,
legend, like it was like Dell, like if you played for the, and they would mix them up to be doing like the
mhm,
half court shot, the 3 point,
yeah,
yeah,
Cheryl Stoops, Hakeem Olajuwon, and Clyde Drexler.
right.
yeah,
They
like
had Lisa Leslie and Magic
yeah.
Johnson together.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
need to do.
I like
They
that.
need to bring that back. They need to bring that
Yeah,
back. Right? That
yeah.
was still that. Even that was more entertaining than the freaking man. Listen, but anyway, I digress.